Hey everybody, it's your girl JLove81 and I'm here to talk about my favorite top 10 NES games of all time. Okay, so this is just a personal opinion. These are my top 10 favorite NES games. I have a ton of more favorite NES games, but I didn't want to make it really long, so we're just going to get started with these. Number 1, Super Mario Brothers. Not the original Mario Brothers, but this came right after when the Nintendo released. And I tell you what, this is the revival of the video game industry. Because of this game was amazing, the start of it all. So, I will always go back to my, original games. This is my very first Nintendo game I ever got. When I got the Nintendo, I was about 4 years old, 1985. So by the time I was 5 years old, I was able to complete this without a problem. And it's something that the whole family used to play together. I have my cousins, my aunts, my uncles. Everybody played Mario Brothers. It's not that hard, and it's a lot of fun. This platform game was amazing for its time, and it still stands up till this day, in my opinion. My second favorite game of all time is Super Mario Brothers 2. Now, I know I'm gonna get a lot of crap from people about this game because it's not the original
Super Mario Brothers 2.
I understand that we got the lost levels here later on, and this is just a variation of Doki Doki Panic from Japan. We never got the original Mario 2 released here in the US, but you know what? This is what I grew up on. This is what we got, and I enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun. I was ecstatic when I got this for Christmas, and I won't forget the feeling I got when I played it. I think it's enjoyable. I really like this game. It's different than all the other Mario games, obviously. Especially a big difference between Mario 1 and this, but this is just, I don't know, I think they did a phenomenal job. They introduced the fact that you could play as Princess Peach, Toad, the different jumps, Luigi jumping higher, stuff like that. I thought it was freaking fantastic. We're still in the Mario series, so of course my third favorite game is Super Mario Brothers 3. Now this game, the first time I was introduced to this game is when I saw a movie called The Wizard with Fred Savage. That movie was kick-ass for the 80s. And that's the first time they introduced this game. It looked amazing. I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. And then reading about it in Nintendo Power, I finally got a copy, and it lived up to expectations. It is a lot. It's probably the best in the Mario series, I admit. And I had a blast, trying to find, warp zones and the secrets, and there's this big world. Like, it's just so many things that I liked about this game. And I was able to beat it, when I was young, and I still can play this over and over and never get tired of it. My fourth favorite NES game is The Legend of Zelda. Now, this is the original, very first Legend of Zelda. I got this when it was first released, and this is my childhood cart, and I will never get rid of it. This is the best Legend of Zelda that there is, for me, my personal opinion. This is my favorite Zelda game of all times. Yes, and that includes Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild. This is just not the same. The map and open world, very first open world game was phenomenal. And finding the secrets and looking up, where everything, memorizing where everything is, it's just amazing, and I had a great time. The second Legend of Zelda, Link's Adventure, sucked to me. I never really beat that game. It's just not the same. The closest you could get to this is a Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo and A Link Between Worlds for the 3DS, and I enjoyed those games very much. I like that type of Legend of Zelda. I did like Wind Waker very much, but it just never felt the same to me. And the other games, like I mentioned, stuck as close to the original as possible. So this game, I have so many fond memories of. I got it when I was a little kid, and I've been playing it since, and I'll never get tired of it. Alright, number 5 on my list is Ducktales. Now, I know Ducktales 2, the worth of it. I had Ducktales 2, and this was years ago, before I realized what it was going to be worth. You know, a lot of us did do trade deals. I didn't play the game because it sucked. So Ducktales 2, considering how much it's worth now, it sucked. But I do regret selling the game. I should have, you know, there was a lot of things I regret about games that I have gotten rid of in the past, but I'm still slowly getting them back. But this was the best DuckTales. This is why they came out with the remastered. The soundtrack kicks ass. I mean, this is a lot of fun. It's probably my favorite Disney game out there for the NES. So DuckTales, you definitely have to play it. If you don't have an NES, get the remastered version. It's all right. My sixth favorite game of all times is the Ninja Turtles 2 arcade game. Now, the very first one was tough. I enjoyed it though. It's nostalgic to me to play it. I do like it, but this was my favorite one. This felt like a Ninja Turtles game the way it should have. And I beat the game as a kid. I can play it over and over again. It never gets old. This felt like a Ninja Turtles game, if you know what I mean. If you played the first one and then you compare it to the second one, this is more like a beat 'em up type game. And it, you know, this is even better than Manhattan Project, which is Ninja Turtles 3 for the NES. I enjoyed that as well, but not as much as this. My probably top favorite game, to be honest with you, is Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo, where it all comes back to. I remember playing this, you know, with my cousins, with friends. I mean, co-op. It was just a lot of fun, and it really felt like a real Ninja Turtles game with the characters and everything. All right, seventh favorite NES game of all time is Contra. Now, let me tell you something about Contra. I distinctively remember this was my first co-op game that I've ever played, that you were able to play 2 players, and that I played a lot with my cousins, Jason and Dennis, friends. I mean, that's what made this game a lot of fun. I enjoyed every aspect of the game. I mean, the spreader gun, everybody wanted the spreader gun. The only thing that sucked about co-op is if your partner dies and they run out of lives, they start stealing yours. And that pissed me off, but you know what? Hey, that was, you know, I wish we could go back to those days, because that was still a lot of fun. Another thing that kind of sucked is the fact that when you're trying to, you know, move forward, move ahead, and your guy is still behind, you can actually kill him. Or he could kill you because you guys aren't moving in the same pace because the level keeps moving. It's just, it was a mess, but a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. So this definitely was one of my top favorite games. Let's talk about Contra Super C. Contra 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. I grew up with this game, I really did, and it's close to the original. It's a little bit different. They did have like some overhead views, which was interesting. I enjoyed it, and I had a lot of fun with this game as well. So this was pretty decent. My 9th favorite game of all time is Mega Man 2. And the reason I'm gonna say Mega Man 2 is because it's the only one that I owned. When I was little, my mom got this for me. This is the only one I've ever played until emulation came out and the Legacy collections came out. Then I did play the other Mega Mans, and I still think this is the best Mega Man. Of course, it's nostalgic to me, but this was an amazing game. I had a great time, and the soundtrack kicks ass. So that's another reason why I enjoyed the game. And my last and final game of all times is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Now, it doesn't matter if it's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Or Punch-Out! This is the Punch-Out! I grew up with. They're all the same. It's the same game. It really is. The colors are a little bit different. The ending's different. Mike Tyson, Mr. Dream. I mean, it's the same. It's the same kind of concept. But I beat this game once. I was 11 years old, and I still to this day cannot do it again. Don't know why. I don't know if I was just lucky that day, I guess. But I had a great time with this game. It's probably the best boxing game for the NES. I enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Go play it if you haven't played it. It is better than Super Punch-Out! In my personal opinion, and definitely better than the Wii version. That's pretty much it, guys. So thank you. That was my personal favorite NES games. It's a personal opinion. Let me know what yours is if you don't agree with my list in the comment below. I have many others, but like I said, that's gonna have to be for a later video. But I did enjoy, you know, things like Ninja Gaiden and Jaws and Karate Kid and Dick Tracy. I played all those type of games. Gumshoe was one of my favorite games. And the list goes on Metroid Blaster Master. But these were the games that I can play religiously through and through. Is my top favorite. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your list is. And if you like the video, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you next time.